Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I too, just like Umar, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Primary reason is I can smell the food, and I'm sure you guys can as well. So I'd like to introduce, I know we're all here, we all believe, just like Umar said, in the digital revolution in Pakistan. Number one, I'd like to thank all the speakers who were preceding me as well. They've all made their own contributions in developing the ecosystem, and especially the digital ecosystem in Pakistan. We've heard a lot of things. Khwaja Sahab mentioned a lot of things that Engro is doing, IoT related. We heard a lot from Telenor. We heard a lot of mobiling as well earlier on in the session, and a lot of things which PTCL is doing. One thing that wasn't mentioned at all during all these talks was healthcare. You know, how we are revolutionizing healthcare in Pakistan. You know, VR, AR, chatbots, you know, I'm a huge proponent of technology. I love it. I mean, it's been my life. But, you know, all these things are first world things. We need to get back down to grassroots level and start implementing things which would actually make differences to the larger population in Pakistan and in the wider region as well. I'd like to introduce, in that respect, I'd like to introduce myZindagi. myZindagi is essentially a healthcare solution for Pakistan. I know a lot of the incumbent giants such as Telenor and Mobilink and PTCL have given a huge boost in this area, or they've tried giving a huge boost in this area in the past as well. But what we're trying to do is slightly different, and I'll take you through this, and I'll try and make it quick. As I said, food's nearly there. I just wanted to share some figures with you across Pakistan. Really alarming figures. Pakistan, the doctor-patient ratio is about 1 to 1600, which is huge compared to the international market. In rural areas, we're looking at 4500 people per doctor. हमारी गवर्नमेंट का स्पेंड 2.5% है, उसमें से you minus the thrift and the leakages as well. 80% of spend in Pakistan is out of pocket. People pay out of pocket. The government has no intervention in that. Afghanistan spends 50%. Afghanistan spends, a war-torn, a war-ravaged country, spends 50% more on healthcare than we do. We have more fake doctors than real ones. You know, 175,000 fake doctors scattered across the country. And we talk about digital revolutions, and you know, we need to get back to the basics. Start providing people with the essentials as well. And this needs to change. We as a nation need to change as well. We need to get some of our priorities correct and in the right order. Just a few global facts to kind of dwell over as well. Pakistan, as we mentioned earlier, doctor-patient ratio is 1 to 1600, whereas in most of the developed economies, such as Germany, the doctor-patient ratio is 1 to 250. Variance in healthcare spend across the globe. Some countries are spending $20 per capita. Other countries are spending $6,000 per capita. There's a 40-year, 40 saal का life expectancy difference है between the poorest and the richest nations. You know, 40 years is a lifetime in itself. And we as humans, and we as innovators and leaders in our own segments, how can we allow this to happen? Is it fair? You know, is it acceptable? And what are we doing to kind of change this? In digressing from this sort of a macro situation, I'd like to kind of get into the technology aspect of healthcare globally. You know, we've had last year $10 billion was spent in the healthcare segment alone. We have amazing innovative solutions coming out from the world, wearables, IoT devices, monitoring, a lot's happening. You know, agencies, governments are stepping in. The NHS from the United Kingdom, which is one of the most established healthcare systems in the world, is converting 50% of its population to telemedicine by 2020. You know, 50% of all primary care is going to be provided by technology. Never before has humanity ever been in a position where we had such sophisticated tools that we can treat all these illnesses with a proactive approach. Yet, in this world, still, we have 10 million people, 10 million young children and women who die every single year, and a large population of that is from Pakistan as well. 10 million people who are just, they pass away from largely preventable diseases. And how is technology and how are we using technology, how are we using technology as a nation to kind of overcome these things? So I'm going to come to myZindagi quickly, how we're revolutionizing healthcare. What we're trying to do is slip into the primary health segment in Pakistan. So primary health, we mean the first visits to the doctors, the initial assessments. हमारे यहाँ primary health care system है ही नहीं. बच्चा बीमार होता है, हम उठ के सीधा pediatrician के पास चले जाते हैं. पेट में दर्द होती है, हम cardiologist के पास चले जाते हैं. If you go to any developed economy in the West, Europe or North America, for that matter, आपकी रसाई एक general physician तक होती है. And that general physician is your first point of call. That general physician then refers you on to wherever you need to go to. हमारे यहाँ pharmacists भी doctors हैं. हमारे यहाँ जूती सुंघा के epilepsy का भी इलाज होता है. So, we as a nation are devoid of information. And I know a lot of these companies, these large incumbents are doing a lot of things to kind of overcome those issues. But what we're trying to do is tap into large populace of corporate giants where we have incumbent populations, these large pockets health-hungry individuals that we try and target, provide them with the right, acceptable, quality healthcare via innovative solutions, and we're taking a top-down approach on this as well. We educate your individuals, we provide them cost-effective solutions, and with the corporates we provide cost-effective solutions in your current bills. Just as a, I'm just going to skip through a couple of things. Healthcare is one of these things that it's not self-correcting. Market forces, inefficiencies, these things in other industries, they make the system self-correcting. But with healthcare, it's treated as a commercial commodity, and more so in Pakistan. Private healthcare spend is double that of the government healthcare spend in Pakistan. And the WHO, overall in the world, estimates that 70% of the diseases and the burden can be corrected within our resources that we currently have. But we're not implementing the resources in the right manner, and especially not the technology aspect of things. So, again, addressing us, kind of digital leaders in our own respective fields as well. Health systems automatically gravitate, they don't automatically gravitate towards greater fairness and efficiency. The world won't become a fair place for health by itself. We all need to, in our individual capacities, start making individual policy decisions. And technology interventions are actually the need of the hour if we are to resolve these issues. myZindagi, you should try out the application for normal consumers as well, and for all the corporate clients and consumers over here. We can sit down and talk at a later stage. It's available on the App Store and Android as well. There's a cute little logo there. I think lunch is waiting. If you guys can play a little learner video, you'll learn a bit more about the healthcare aspect of things. Thank you very much.
Imagine a doctor devoted to your health all the time. A doctor that's only one tap away. Meet myZindagi, an app that brings you closer to the best doctors in Pakistan.
Need any medical advice? Use our app to get a live consultation. Once you place a call, our patient care agent will connect you with a qualified doctor immediately. The doctor will then assess you, provide you medication and labs, which can also be delivered to your doorstep within 30 minutes, or a referral to a specialist immediately. All you have to do is tap a single button.
Feeling a little under the weather? Go through our list of over 15,000 doctors in 40 cities across Pakistan. Search for a doctor, specialty, or just type your symptoms. Browse the list until you feel you've landed on the right doctor and book an appointment from the ease of your home. Or, if you just have a quick question, drop it in the advice forum and get an instant reply from the relevant doctor. myZindagi, making healthcare private, approachable, and instant. मेरा डॉक्टर मेरे साथ.